All right, let us go to the Bengal Tiger. The Ponderosa is the name of the main message board of the Bengal Tiger. This is one of the best parts of your On3 membership. You get to read everybody's message board. So if you're not a member of On3 yet, now's the time to start. You can have a lot of fun reading these message boards, and this thread is spectacular. You will take a whole day. There are people who are just waking up and hitting refresh all day on this thread. It's the Coaching Rumors mega thread. It got posted on November 2nd by LSU Tigers 0582, and they wrote, I thought it'd be a good idea to make a thread to track all the coaching rumors during this search, whether it be from real sources, other boards, or Gulp Tiger Droppings. Tiger Droppings, very famous LSU message board, not ours, but you want to be at the Ponderosa. This is a space to discuss rumors, reputable or not. Disclaimer, a lot of what will be said here is probably insanely untrue. This is just the fun part of it. Serious discussion is welcome, however, and he closed it with Lane Train. That thread is now up to 255 pages. When Lane Kiffin's family visited Baton Rouge, the first evidence of said visit appeared on the Coaching Rumors mega thread by someone who took pictures of the plane at the airport.
I do love the thread title. Most of what we're going to discuss here is insanely untrue, probably, but let's do it anyway. That's the fun of this. It's the imagining of all the scenarios and talking it out with your friends. Like, that's why we do what we do for a living, to talk about football, which is what we talk about if we were at barbecue. We'd be talking about it in the car on a road trip. This is what friends do. This is what guys do. I love the thread title.
I'm telling you that the message boards are, I think they're the most fun part of the On3 membership. Obviously, getting to read me and Ari, getting to read Pete Nakos and Chris Lowe, that's great. But I love the message board so much. So LSU Tigers 0582 hopped in a little bit ago and said, what's going to be more fun? Lane's offense or making fun of Florida? And now everybody's answering that question today. That's the topic du jour. And I think this is so funny because we talked a lot about Lane Kiffin yesterday. I suspect we'll talk a lot about Lane Kiffin tomorrow as well. But the LSU fans are sure he's coming there. The Florida fans are sure he's coming there. The Ole Miss fans, about half of them are sure he's staying, and about half of them seem sure he's leaving. It is amazing how much certainty there is among the boards. And there is no certainty with Lane Kiffin because he's the only one who can tell us what's going on, and he hasn't said anything.
Yeah, Andy, I actually was amused yesterday by your Twitter presence of like, hey, guys, just want to let you know I have no idea what he's going to do.
Yes.
But I wanted to play a game with you. I don't know if you want to play the game.
Of course.
If you had to answer today, if you had to guess today where he goes, and this isn't based on any information. This isn't based on just your gut instinct on reading the situation, having covering college football for a long time. What would your blind November 19th guess that could change tomorrow, but in the moment right now, what is your guess?
I will preface this by saying that I have no idea what Lane Kiffin is going to do. He's the ultimate wild card. My experience covering college football doesn't matter because it's Lane Kiffin. Like, I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to make the choice. I'm going to say he's going to stay at Ole Miss. That's
my gut.
He's going to, I think, like, all of this is building to the ultimate pop of, I'm staying, probably posting the Wolf of Wall Street scene. That's my gut. But I'm telling you right now, in the town where I live, I get beat up for saying that.
My gut is that he's going to stay too. So that's my thought. Again, nobody knows. I don't know what I'm talking about. You listening don't know what you're talking about.
But none of us do. If you're not Lane Kiffin, you don't know.
My guess is predicated on the realization that he is at a place already that's going to the playoff and he's being hired by a place that isn't. I also think that being a coach and building a team that you think is capable of making a run, that would be something I would be attached to being a part of. And, you know, I know that coaches make financial decisions. I know players make financial decisions all the time that, you know, outweigh the relationships aspect of it. But like at the same time, you're at a place that has already proven could win a national championship conceivably. I think last year's team was even better than this year's team when it was playing its best football. which means that you can do it more years than you can't. Like, it's not just as a one-off opportunity. Like, I think that seeing this through in a healthy way this season will maybe outweigh the benefit of leaving. And here's the other thing too. Who's to say that Kalen DeBoer doesn't lose to Auburn? Or who's to say that Kalen DeBoer isn't on the hot seat this year? I mean, but I'm just saying, like,
what you're saying is a lot can change in a week and a half.
And a lot can change in a year. Like, if you want, it's not like this is going to be the last time you're a coaching candidate. Like, if you are open to leaving, or you could be Alabama's coach in 2 or 3 years. We don't know how it's going to go. I'm not saying that maybe DeBoer will be there for 20 years. I'm just saying we don't know. And this isn't the last opportunity that you're going to get to go to another place if you feel like that's what you want to do in the future. So
I know LSU fans want Lane Kiffin, and it would be very exciting if he comes. And I think you'd win pretty big if he comes. Like, if Lane Kiffin picks LSU or Florida, I'm not going to be like, oh, it might not work. I'm going to say it's probably going to work. I think he'll do very well at either place if that's where he goes. If he doesn't choose either one, let's say he did stay at Ole Miss. Who do we like for LSU? I'm going to throw a name out there that has been mentioned multiple times in the 255 pages of the Coaching Rumors mega thread.
Okay.
On the Bengal Tiger. And we talked about him yesterday, and we went into coaching search season thinking he might not be movable, but the news yesterday suggests he probably is.
I know who
Kenny Dillingham. Kenny Dillingham at Arizona State. I think he would kill it at LSU if Lane Kiffin doesn't take that job.
Yeah. What are the specific traits from Kenny Dillingham that you like the most? Like, age-wise, is it like youth? Is it energy?
This is the youth and energy, but also it's the fact that he took over a moribund situation at Arizona State. That roster was depleted completely. Everything went wrong. They fired Herm Edwards. There's nobody there. He had to, like, we talked about all the guys Dion took out of the portal. Kenny Dillingham was only a few guys behind him.
Yeah.
He had to completely revamp that roster. So if I'm Kenny Dillingham, I would come into a situation like LSU. First of all, there's going to be guys you're going to ID that you definitely want to keep.
Yeah.
And you're going to keep them. Who knows? Maybe Sam Levitt shows up. I don't know. So I do know he's winning games right now with Jeff Sims at quarterback, and I think there are people at Georgia Tech and Nebraska that will tell you that wasn't possible.
Mm-hmm.
But they're 7-3 right now. They are still actually mathematically alive in the Big 12 race, and there's a chance they can win out and be 9-3 and be the only team that beat Texas Tech in the league.
I'd hire Kenny Dillingham anywhere.
First, I want to tell you about the fine folks at Huel. This is the world's #1 complete nutrition. So the Huel Black Edition, you take the powder, you put it in the bottle, you fill it up, you shake it up, and all of a sudden you have a complete meal with 35 grams of protein, all the vitamins and minerals you need, and it is easy to transport, easy to drink. They've also got the ready-to-drink Black Edition bottles that you can find at your local Target, plus the daily greens with your 42 vitamins, minerals, and superfoods, super greens, adaptogens, lion's mane mushroom, fiber, electrolytes, and antioxidants. So you get the daily greens. You can also find those at your local Target, or you can order them from Huel.com. Huel.com is Huel.com. Use the code Staples15 for 15% off your first purchase of $75 or more. Huel.com. The code is Staples15. Yeah, I agree. I think Florida, if Lane doesn't pick them, I think Florida should go after him too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just wondering if we look back 5 years, the coaches that are hired in this cycle, if sitting head coaches will be the ones that prevailing success, or if we'll look back and go, I cannot believe we didn't talk about like Will Stein more often.
I just don't know if Will Stein's going to get one of these.
Yeah.
And if you're Will Stein and you don't get one of these, you might want to stay at Oregon because you get paid more than you get paid at a G5 head coaching job.
No, if I were him, I wouldn't leave until I got a good Power 5 coaching job. I'm just like, I wonder if we're just being blinded by what's right in front of our faces instead of.
Oh no, I think you're right about that, and I think it's almost too far gone with these people, especially the ones like LSU and like Penn State that had hefty buyout numbers. And so when they made the decision, they were making the decision thinking there was a hefty buyout. Now, look, Penn State only ended up having to pay a $9 million lump sum payout to James Franklin. They negotiated it down.
Which is basically getting out of jail free.
Basically, yeah. Yeah. And look, you had a feeling James Franklin was going to work again. So he's already got the job. And we did the math on this because I know people were like, why would you only take $9 million when they owe you 49? Well, whatever you make at your new job was coming off the top of that 49. The 9, because of you negotiated it, part of that negotiation is there's no offset. So they're just going to give you $9 million and then whatever you make from now on is yours. Mm-hmm. And so time value of money, if you were to put $9 million in a kind of medium growth mutual fund, you're probably looking at 13 and a half after 6 years. So if he thought he was going to make more than $36 million over the next 6 years, he's going to make more money this way.
Yeah.
So that's why you do that.
And I also think that he's a human and, the less litigation and the less, I think getting out of it and just moving on, taking your money and just taking the next step is an important thing.
LSU's trying to pay Brian Kelly $0. Before Scott Woodward was fired, Scott Woodward tried to pay him $25 million. And I think I might have taken that if I was Brian Kelly, if I thought I was going to get another job.
Yeah.
Because he had an offset, duty to mitigate as well. So his next job, the total comes out of the buyout. However, we know now that the governor of Louisiana, Jeff Landry, wanted them to pay $0 in buyout money. And this is it's not going to go to a jury, but there will be legal wrangling. Obviously, Brian Kelly's already filed suit. There will be a settlement eventually, and Brian Kelly's going to get some money. The question is, how much does he get? So,
well, I wanted to ask you this because we've spent zero time talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
What is your position or viewpoint on whether Brian Kelly is a candidate immediately? Like we haven't spoken about this at all. Like, is he a candidate for a job?
What's the job? I can give you one that hasn't opened yet that I think will open, that I think you might consider him.
And what's that?
Michigan State.
Yeah, I would do that.
I don't know that there's a lot of places because I think the book on Brian Kelly is that he was not working as hard as he should have been.
Yeah.
And I don't think James Franklin had that problem. I think James Franklin's it wasn't working out, but nobody was accusing him of not working hard.
Yeah. And I don't know if he would have it in him to go back to a G5 team at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't either. And this is a guy like Brian Kelly came up through Grand Valley State, D2. He was at Central Michigan, FCS. Not FCS, in the MAC, in the FBS. He was at Cincinnati, which was when he took the job, was what do they call them? One of the 6 BCS conferences. It was actually considered a major conference in the Big East. And then it became a group of 5 school. But while he was there, it was in one of the major conferences. So he sort of climbed the ladder that way.
I'm just thinking of like open jobs. And let's just do the speed round that you and Booger played yesterday. Yes or no, would you hire Brian Kelly for this job? Or do you think he could be successful in this job?
Okay.
Auburn.
No.
Arkansas.
Nope.
UCLA.
Yes.
Oklahoma State.
Nope.
Stanford.
No.
Oregon State.
Nope.
And then I don't think he would take anything below that. So,
right.
UCLA is interesting.
UCLA is interesting. We keep hearing different names. Bob Chesney's an interesting name we keep hearing for UCLA. He's at James Madison right now, is viewed as a Northeast guy, but he's just a good coach. So Pat Fitzgerald, who is up for jobs this year, I think would be a good candidate at UCLA or Stanford. So we'll see how that goes.